cannot tell you guys how much I miss being able to take my P-rail down the block and skate at a really nice, smooth, and flat basketball court. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to do that anymore, so I have to be happy with the chunk of concrete, this little strip of concrete that's behind my house. It's just barely enough room to skate comfortably, or not even comfortably, to skate uncomfortably. Yeah, so I had a rough session. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and talk about protection. So a couple of weeks ago, there was a company that hit me up on Instagram, and if you guys are not following me on Instagram, I highly recommend it. If you guys want to get in contact with me, you can always message me there, or sometimes I tease little hints about what my next video is going to be about. But a company by the name of TXJ Sports hit me up and they wanted me to review their product here, which is a knee pad, elbow pad, and wrist guard combo kit here. I said, sure, why not? They are not paying me to do this review. I also did not pay for these. So they sent them to me for free and told me to, review them, or asked me to review them. I also want to say, guys, that I normally do not skate with knee pads or elbow pads or wrist guards. If anything, I just skate with a helmet. I try to skate with a helmet whenever I can. As you guys saw in the beginning of the video, I wasn't skating with a helmet, but I always try to if I can, and I normally don't skate with pads. I kind of find them to be limiting in motion and just kind of uncomfortable generally. Maybe I haven't found a good pair yet. I don't know. I think when it comes down to, you have to measure risk for risk versus reward. I don't normally do too many things outside of my comfort zone, so there's not a high level of risk, and when I do injure myself, it's nothing too crazy. I do hit my wrist a lot. It's always my right wrist, and when I do hit it, it's pretty bad. I will either bruise myself or I'll have limited motion for a couple of weeks, but that's about it. I rarely ever hit my elbows. It's just something on my body I don't hit. I do occasionally hit my knees, but again, the injury has never really been bad, and if anything, I'm always hitting my shins more than my knees, so I could use some shin guards, but personally, I don't really see the need for me using these all the time. So with all that said, let's go ahead and talk about the product. So TXJ Sports, they're online, they sell through Amazon, and I couldn't find too much out about them. I think they're relatively new, I'm not 100% sure, but I was seeing that they were making backpacks, sports backpacks, and the camel packs and everything. I think they made helmets, actually I'm not sure about that, and pads. I think it was mostly just pads. So the cost of this kit, I think it was around $23. I will have to check. It's definitely on the lower end of price points, I believe. So with all that said, let's dive into what I did and did not like about the product. I want to start with the packaging, and I know that's weird because it's not really the product, but I always like to talk about packaging. It came in this mesh net thing here. It does have a slide thing, so it is kind of reusable, and they do have this packaging at the top here. It's kind of corny looking, definitely not the design choices I would have went with, but I don't know, I like the fact that the bag is kind of reusable, so I could throw these in here between sessions, or just use this for something else. So that's out of the way. Next, let's talk about the knee pads. So the knee pads here were probably the most impressive part of the kit for me. They have a low profile, they're thin, but they're also, it's not, I don't think the risk is compromised because of the thin padding. It's low profile, it's close to the body, and that's one thing that drives me crazy about most people I see wearing knee pads is how far off they hang. It looks so bad. It's going to keep you protected, and I think this will keep you protected as well. It's definitely got a couple layers of foam in there, and it has a cutout, so where your kneecap goes, there's foam around here, and then that's cut out to go deeper into a foam sheet, and then there's the plastic shield here. So I like that they were low profile. They have minimal branding, so the logo is up here. It's small and it's not in your face, and it's just in one place. So that was nice. I did like these a lot. I didn't even notice them on my knees. They also have this kind of elasticy sleeve. You have to slide into it. So it's not just a strap system. They have this elasticy sleeve that keeps things tight already, and then you have the bands as well to keep things tight as well. So I really liked that they had this sleeve system here. It was just a really nice experience using these knee pads. Next, I want to talk about the elbow pads. So the elbow pads, there's not too much more or less I can say about that doesn't apply to the knee pads. I did notice that the elasticy sleeve material back here, I know everyone's skin is different, but I was starting to find it to be a little itchy, especially when I started sweating. It was just kind of getting a little itchy, and honestly, it could have been, I wasn't paying attention too much, but it could have been more up here closer to, you know, this kind of area, the Velcro. I was just finding it itchy around the top and the bottom of the elbow pad. It's not a problem when you're skating with jeans on and you're using the knee pad and it's the same material, but if you're skating with a shirt on, not a long sleeve shirt, and you're feeling the material directly on your skin, I just felt like it was a little bit itchy at times and just a little annoying. The knee pads or the elbow pads are great. They're just like the knee pads except for your elbows. They're low in profile. If you fall and hit your elbow, they're gonna get the job done. That was the elbow pads. So next, guys, I want to talk about the wrist guards. The wrist guards were probably the item that I was most excited about anticipating the package, and then they were the item that I was the most disappointed with after receiving the package. It was one of those things where I was opening up and I looked at the knee pads and I was like, oh, they look like, you know, they look like decent quality. Looked at the elbow pads, same thing. And then I looked at the wrist guards and I was just like, I don't think they're gonna hold up very long. They remind me of a wrist guard that came with, like, I don't know, like when I was a kid and I was like riding a bicycle for the first time, and my dad got me, you know, a bike and a wrist guard and knee pad and elbow pad kit. It all came together and like it was just cheap. I had so much issues with these. When they were, when the company asked me to take all my measurements down, I was extra careful. I did both in inches and centimeters, and I was super careful because I wanted everything to fit right. I didn't want them to have to send another package or whatever. And, you know, knee pads fit fine, elbow pads fit awesome. Wrist guards gave me so much trouble, and I actually think you can see in the edit, but I took them off relatively quickly into the session because they were one that I was able to get on was just causing me so much pain, like pinching, like from the top here, and I didn't have it over tightened. I was just trying to get it on my hand in the first place. It does not fit well. And I thought maybe it was a mix-up, you know. I thought maybe like, okay, well, they sent me the mediums in the knee pads and elbow pads, but maybe they sent me a small wrist guard. And I was looking at the product on Amazon, and I don't even think they have a small. They just have medium and large. Maybe my hands are bigger than normal or what, I don't know, but I just could not get these on to stay on. And if I could, they were really uncomfortable. So like I did the middle first, and it's already pulling the whole thing over to the side here this way. And so I'm gonna get this on here. And these ones were normally staying pretty okay, but the top one just barely staying. So then I like really pulled it tight to even get like a ½ inch of Velcro there, and readjusted these bottom ones, and it starts pinching. It's like a really intense pinch, and it could just be me. I was looking at the reviews on Amazon, and it looks like this company for this product had a lot of good reviews, I think, for the most part. I'd have to check again. But it looked like everyone was enjoying the kit, and I think I was just struggling with the wrist guards for some reason. They were causing me pain, and they weren't staying on if I were able to get them on. I don't have anything good to say about the wrist guards. They're okay. And I think if you have smaller hands, and you get, I don't know, I think if you get a medium and you have normal to small hands, maybe these work just fine. Maybe I have a bigger, like a wider hand or something, but yeah, I did not have a good time with these wrist guards. I think that's everything, guys. That's the whole kit. Wrist guards were a no for me. Elbow pads and knee pads were yeah, and I actually think the elbow pads and the knee pads by themselves are worth the price point of the kit. I think if you're paying $23 for this, I think that's worth it. And then you get free wrist guards. Not free, but wrist guards are included, and they may or may not work out for you. They didn't work out for me. Not a super huge loss. I just think I like higher quality wrist guards. The knee pads and elbow pads were great. that is my review of the TXJ Sports combo kit pad kit. I don't know. I don't think they have like a really official name on Amazon. That is my review. I hope you guys found this informative. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.